So we're off to a really good start this year on my every Friday a week upload schedule. Yep, missed the first 2 Fridays of this year so far, so that's why you're seeing this video on a Monday. Now, before we get into this video, I will say that the video for this Friday will actually officially be happening, and as of recording this, it's actually already been shot. And if you look closely enough behind me in this video frame right here, you could probably make a pretty good guess on what that video is going to be about. Anyway, let's get started with this video. This is going to be kind of a follow-up, kind of a part 2 type deal to a video that I did back in November here on this channel. Near the end of October of 2021, macOS Monterey was released, and I updated to it because certain features in a new Final Cut update required macOS Monterey to work. If you want more information on what happened to me with the Monterey update, just go back to the video that I released back in November because that goes over pretty much everything bad that came out of that update. So what's changed from October when Monterey was released to January of 2022? Not much. There was an update to Final Cut, being version 10.6.1, so I downloaded that and it did actually help a lot. There's no more of that really long launch time for Final Cut or 5 to 10 minute waits while just switching between different projects and events, so it's all well and good. I was using this new version of Final Cut, I was like, sweet, it's actually loading properly, pretty much as fast as it used to, which turned out to not be true. In December, we went out to Georgia for Christmas. Now, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of a story about the videos that were released in the last 2 weeks of December, all the Christmas light videos I did. So I pretty much shot every single one of those in one night and then tried to edit all of them before we had to go to the airport. Now, there were 2 that didn't get finished that I had to edit on my MacBook in Georgia. Now, my MacBook is still on macOS Catalina because after the disaster I had on the iMac, updating it to Monterey, I didn't even want to bother trying to update the MacBook at all. So that's still on macOS Catalina running Final Cut 10.5.4 and then also Compressor 4.5.4. The last supported versions of Final Cut Pro and Compressor on macOS Catalina. As I'm editing those videos, I noticed that it's working a lot faster. The app just feels more snappy, more responsive than it does on the iMac. Now keep in mind, this MacBook I have is a mid-2014 baseline 15-inch MacBook Pro with Retina display. Those MacBooks do not have discrete graphics. It's got 16 gigs of RAM on a quad-core i7 with Intel's integrated graphics. That was running Final Cut, albeit an older version, better than my maxed out 2015 5K iMac will run Final Cut 10.6.1 under Monterey. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. Final Cut still sucks. Compressor does actually work more reliably now, not as reliably as it should, but I can actually use it to export videos now, and there has not been an update to Compressor ever since 4.6 came out, but I believe the Final Cut update fixed whatever the issue was with Compressor. I think it just wasn't sending the projects out to Compressor properly, because even when I was having all the Compressor issues, I could still just drop a standard video file into Compressor and have it be converted to a different bitrate. So I get back from Georgia and, start editing videos on this iMac again, and I'm like, yep, that's a lot slower than the older version was. And then, I don't really remember when this was. I believe this was after, maybe it was before I went to Georgia, but either way, somewhere in the mix, macOS 12.1 came out. Now, when I did my original video back in November, we were on macOS Monterey 12.0.1, which was the first official launch version of macOS Monterey. So I see the update pop up, and I'm like, sweet, freaking finally, we get an update to macOS Monterey. Maybe it'll fix the other issues I'm having. So I hit install on this macOS Monterey 12.1 update, let it do its thing, and then come to find out that after all the time it took to install, absolutely nothing has changed, and all of the other issues I was having with macOS Monterey are still present. That's where we're at, guys. It's great. I'm not happy about it. I don't understand how this even happens, because as I said in that video I released in November, every other version of macOS that came out since Sierra on launch day has been installed on this iMac. Actually, no, I bought this iMac with Sierra, and then every version of macOS after that was installed on launch day up to Catalina. I never got Big Sur because I didn't like the look of it. Regardless, all the other versions of macOS that have been on this iMac installed on launch day never had any issues. And you would think that Apple software running on macOS with features that require this new version of macOS would run just fine on this new version of macOS, but instead, it just broke it. And I don't understand that. Like, even Adobe apps work better on Monterey than Apple's Pro apps do. So it's a lot of fun, guys, as you can probably tell, but that's where I'm going to end this video for you guys. Just figured I might as well do a quick little update on this macOS Monterey disaster that's still going on, still has not been fixed completely. As I did say, though, Final Cut is very much improved from 10.6, but still not as good as 10.5.4. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this video. Come back Friday officially. We're finally getting back onto the every Friday upload schedule at the minimum. But until then, guys, that is going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and as always, thank you for watching.